Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Tim, and welcome back to the Rideshare place, your go-to destination for everything rideshare and gig work related, including earnings videos, first-hand experiences from rideshare and gig workers like myself, and anything else including tips and advice. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 3-day earnings rideshare driving from Wednesday through Friday this week in Chicago. But before I get into that, I would just like to say that if you have anything you want to share that's rideshare or gig work related, feel free to submit it to the Rideshare place because we accept all kinds of content. All you have to do for this is email the rideshareplace@gmail.com with what content you would want to submit. And there's just a few requirements to be on the channel, but we're hoping to have a community-based channel for all rideshare and gig work related content. And another little announcement before getting started. In the description of this video, you'll see my rideshare referral link. If you sign up to Uber Drive or Uber Eats Drive with that link and you're a driver for the first time, there is most likely a bonus or guarantee available to you by signing up with that link. And along with this, in many cities, there's also a referral bonus for me. So I will receive a bonus for you completing anywhere from 50 to 175 rides as a new driver. So I would just like to say before getting started that if I do receive a referral bonus for you signing up with my link, I'm happy to split it with you 50-50 through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. And I've been doing this for a year and a half now, so the instructions are just in the description below, but I would love to split any referral bonus with you for signing up with my link. And I'll put some screenshots on the screen now, just so you guys can see that I'm legit and I've sent out payments for this. But yeah, I'm happy to split any referral bonus that I receive for your sign up. So thank you guys, it helps me, and I hope to help you as well. And now, with those announcements out of the way, let's talk about my earnings for Wednesday through Friday of this week, working 17 hours and 12 minutes and making $338.99. And this comes out to about $19.71 per hour before expenses. So going through the earnings for each day, I worked about 6 hours on average each day, starting at around 10 a.m. and going till 4 or so, but really anywhere in the 9 to 5 region. And my goal for the week was to make at least $100 for every day that I drove. So Wednesday through Friday, the earnings per hour tend to be slightly lower than they are during the weekend, and I will give you guys an update of my weekend earnings as well in my next video. But $19.71 per hour, that's actually about $3 more than it was last week. And that means that rideshare driving is picking up in Chicago right now. So with this, on Wednesday, I worked for 6 hours and 15 minutes to make $132.90. Then on Thursday, I worked 6 hours 24 minutes to make $104.58. And then on Friday, I worked 4 hours 32 minutes, bringing in $101.51. And my Friday earnings were the highest per hour out of these 3 days. And specifically, the reason why my Friday earnings were higher is because weekend promotions started on Friday, and because I drove between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m., I was able to make $9.50 extra for doing a consecutive trip series, starting in one place and then completing 3 rides without canceling any rides in between. As for the conditions on the road right now, the primary concern with driving, I would say, is COVID, of course. There's the no mask, no ride policy, and you're also recommended to disinfect your vehicle twice every day. And on top of this, you have to verify that you have no COVID symptoms before going online to rideshare drive. There's plenty of safety precautions you should take, and that's why I have a couple bottles of hand sanitizer right here in my cup holder, along with Clorox wipes that Uber actually sent me. They sent me 4 of these for free, along with a bunch of masks in the mail. So thank you, Uber. That helps a lot with driving. But with safety precautions, rideshare driving feels safer than I thought it actually would have been before I started up driving again. And of course, if you want less of a risk of contracting COVID, you could also consider Uber Eats driving, and it's done through the same app. So if you want to Uber Eats drive, all you have to do is swipe up within the app, and then click that bottom right corner right there. And then you can choose what you want to do. So for me, I can choose to do Uber Pet as well as Uber Eats deliveries, which I don't have turned on right now. I'm primarily just doing UberX rides. And sorry about the background noise. It's starting to rain now, but that's also something about rideshare driving. It can be unpredictable at times. So other than the safety concerns, but always having the availability of doing Uber Eats as well, I'd also like to say that the passengers have seemed super respectful and polite with COVID going on. They wear their mask before they get in the vehicle, and I've had no problems with that. But something that I have noticed is a little less than half of the passengers have been putting on their seatbelts when they get in the vehicle. And I never had this problem before COVID started, so I've been having to ask passengers to put on their seatbelts after they get in the car. And I personally think that this has something to do with wearing a mask and thinking that that's enough of a safety precaution while they're in the vehicle, that they don't have to put a seatbelt on too. But of course, I'm the driver and I want the most safe vehicle possible, so I ask my passengers to put on a seatbelt. And of course, if you've never been a rideshare driver before, you may not know that from time to time, you'll get an unusual trip or two. They can really come in any form, whether it's someone puking in the vehicle, or one time I brought a woman in labor to the hospital. But this week, the most unusual trip that I had was just someone who put the wrong destination in the app. So I went to the destination they had in the app. They said they tried calling me, but I didn't receive any phone calls. They actually ran to the destination that I was at, and they said, "Dude, you came to the wrong side of the building." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, that's where the app told me to go, because that's where the pin was dropped." And I could have explained that more. I could have told them that if they wanted me to go to the other side of the building, they could have dropped the pin there, but that was enough, and I didn't want to cause more of an ordeal than that. And with this, I already drove 11 minutes to the passenger's pickup location, so that was enough for me. I didn't want to cause bigger of a scene than it was, and I just went on with the trip. But as soon as the passenger got in the vehicle, he also said something like, "Damn bro, give me the aux cord, it's gonna be a long trip." And it was a 45-minute trip. So because I didn't want any more conflict during the ride, I gave him the aux cord and I just let him play whatever he wanted. And he happened to play his own music that he made, which it was actually pretty good. I'm not really into rap music, so I'm probably not gonna listen to it much, but it was really deep and creative stuff. But the fact that he just demanded the aux cord and didn't ask for it, as well as like he just demanded like, "Play it louder," and then every once in a while he would unplug the aux cord and then call someone and start yelling at them over voicemail. So definitely one of the most eccentric personalities of the week. But for the most part, again, my passengers have been pretty polite and respectful with COVID going on. And usually if a passenger has a request, I'm accepting to that request, whether it's turning off the music, turning up music, using an aux cord. But the only thing that could have been handled better, I think, was the passenger asking rather than demanding things during the ride. But that's why drivers rate riders at the end of every trip. But anyways, with that little side note of a story, I will let you guys go, and I'll give you an update with my weekend earnings as well. I look forward to sharing future rideshare earnings and tips and tricks videos, and I will see you guys in my next rideshare video. Bye guys.